Welcome to the round table. This is episode 83. Okay, I guess our little intro song decided not to play, so we're just going to jump right into it, guys. Welcome to it. Episode 83. We are here with some breaking stories. We're here with some updates on current events, and we're here just to kick it with you guys and have a good time. So let me go ahead and bring in the co-host and let's get this on and cracking. We have our beautiful Blonde Bombshell coming in strong with the Cowboys background. Let's see. Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, I don't know what happened to our intro, but it didn't come on. But hey,
Oh,
here
wow.
we are. Here we are. It's
Straight
good
to
to
it.
see everyone. Straight to it, right? We got Nick
Let's
Salas
go.
in the house. Good to see you, Nick. Good to see you. Oh, Denise
Gas.
Garcia.
Nice.
Gas Mask, good to see you. Hola, yeah, you finally made one. Okay, and now we have our surprise guest coming in from, let's see, where's he at?
Hey
Watch out.
guys, how you guys
Hey, how
doing?
are you?
How you guys doing? I'm
Good.
like a tribute to Amy Winehouse. Back to Black here.
Oh,
So
you
you know
are.
what?
You know what?
Man.
I love her voice. Man,
Oh, I
such a,
dressed up like her at Halloween once.
did you
Oh,
really?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
She was bad.
I like the music and stuff too. Did you guys see the movie though?
I
You guys didn't see the movie?
I
don't know if I
no, you know
did.
what? It's been a
Yeah,
while since she passed, so I think I've seen it out there.
yeah.
I don't think I did, but you know what? That story was really sad, but her voice is so beautiful.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Unfortunately, a lot of musicians, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Unfortunate. Yeah,
it
but
You
yeah,
know
is.
that
man.
that song, that rehab song. I mean, that one was the song that everybody remembers.
Yeah,
But
Yes.
if you guys look into her other, oh my God, her other songs are just
yeah. Like
amazing.
her take on was it Valerie and Back to Black and so on and
Yeah,
so forth. Yeah, no, she had a lot of good music though.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
did.
no, definitely,
Hey,
definitely. How are you guys doing though? Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see
Samuel,
you,
good to see
friend.
Over in the
you.
chat.
Yes, everyone that's in the chat, hit the thumbs up for us. Let
Hey,
everyone
Floyd.
know we're
Thank you.
live. Good to see you, Floyd, Nick, Gas Mask. All
Yes.
right.
Good.
Good to see you
Come
guys.
in, come in.
Welcome in. Let's get to it. All right. Sis, how was your weekend or week? It's been a week
Um,
since we talked
yeah,
and saw each
okay.
other.
My weekend was cool. We went on Saturday to a memorial for those two,
Yeah.
my husband's homeboy's parents.
Right.
And we've seen so many people, oh my gosh, you guys, that we haven't seen for just like 30 years.
Wow.
30 years, all the homies, like the
Yeah.
homies. It was
Yeah.
nice to be able to hang out with them and just catch up, and they're doing just great. And man, you guys, there's one guy, I'm not gonna mention the name, but there's one guy that just, he should not even be here. Like he was the one that was like, wow, you think he'd be in prison, how they say, like gone or just not good.
Oh,
He rehabilitated himself. He works for the state, I believe,
wow.
doing fabulous. Like he was telling us, just he traveled everywhere and where he's been and how he's just everything. And I'm like, wow, this amazing story. I told him to write a book. I go, man, you need to write a book.
Right?
Right?
Yes,
No, yeah.
because he like talks to the youth, and that's what he does. That's his job. Like he's a youth counselor, but he does a lot more than that. He just like he travels everywhere, and the places he's been, I'm just like, dang man, I wish I could go.
I know.
Jeez. Hey, it's
But
always like that though, right? Sometimes when you see I know a family that the majority of people in the family have passed,
yeah,
but yet the guy that was like really out there, he's
right.
still around. It's kind of weird,
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
I don't
it
know,
is.
it's weird, it's funny, not funny, but I mean, it's kind of
No, I know
odd,
what you're saying. And
Right.
just to
Yeah.
see the guys, like they were like, dang, like 13, and they're men now, all grown up, and I'm like, what? Like, oh my gosh, it
So,
was just like, dang,
Yeah.
you look the same, but then you kind of don't. But I'm like, imagine.
Yeah.
So
It's good
it
to
was
see
it
them
was
though.
fun. It was really fun. That's what we did on Saturday, and then Sunday I was supposed to go to my homeboy's memorial
Good to see you.
fundraiser, but I ended up going to see my mom and just spending time with her. And so yeah, I just stood with my mom all day on Sunday.
That's good.
She's doing, she's going through something right now, but
Mhm.
she'll get better. She's on the right track of just taking meds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Hello, Tucker's in the house. What's good, brother? Thank you for tapping
Nice.
in. All right. It was a lot of fun doing our little the movie review. You guys quizzed me, and I was
Oh yeah,
super
and
nervous.
you know
So
what?
And her.
I'm
yeah,
proud to you. You did awesome. You did
thank
awesome.
you.
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
get. I'm gonna get back to you as well, brother, about something. So that was fun. Yeah, we definitely got to do that again. Awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was really fun. That was enjoyable, man. That was you know,
Yeah, say
yeah, that was cool. I liked it.
It was cool. It was cool.
Mhm.
So, Fred, how about you? How was your week? What did you do? What kind of
Oh,
excitement were you into?
well, I will say this. Yesterday was not fun. Not fun.
Not
Had a good
fun.
weekend. I had a good weekend. I went out and you know uh, went out on the weekend. I'll just say it like that. It was a good weekend. And then yesterday, I'll say it. Had a I paid my property taxes. So,
Yes.
God, so I
More
also
fun, right?
took my car out. Yeah, it's just like and then I got into. I said, you know what? I took my car. I don't want to say neglecting it, but I was like, okay, I know I need to do this. I know, and since I don't really drive it as often, I said, it could wait. It could wait. I finally took it in yesterday and said, you know what? Take it into good service. Took it into good service. Uh, then I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna go get it detailed. I mean,
Nice. The
your car
Honda?
deserves it.
Your
Deserves
Honda?
it. The one out?
Your
I,
Honda?
yeah, the 2026 Honda Accord.
That's still nice, man. Still
Right.
like it.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. So I took it. I took it to to get detailed. But see, on the way there, I noticed there was construction like on the road, right?
Mhm.
And yesterday, out of all days, it was warm yesterday.
Oh,
So
it was awful.
so I guess these people that were doing the road thing, like in the city of Salinas, had removed the cone before the actually asphalt had completely dried.
Oh,
So I
man.
went over it, right, and I heard something kind of odd, and I was like, "What the heck?" So I didn't pay no mind. Everything was running fine. I went and I got it, detailed or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I left from there. When I got on the freeway, I hit the 101, and obviously, people, like I said, around here we're not any different than anywhere else in the world now. You got these people that just drive like maniacs. You got it's kind of like bullfighting these cars, with these people in them, right? So I'm hitting the freeway. This car's not giving leeway. He's just going, and I'm coming off the off ramp, right? So I start speeding up even faster. But I notice when I start speeding up faster, my steering wheel starts shaking. My car starts bouncing. I was like, "What the heck's wrong with my car?" But there's no way for me to stop or do it. So I keep going. I said, "What the heck's going on with my car?" I drove all the way home, right?
Mm-hmm.
I uh I didn't stop. I'll be honest. I should have stopped, but it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
I parked at the store. I looked at the tires, right? But then on the tire, it looked like it was the tire. The tire was shredded.
Oh,
I said,
no.
"What the heck?" I said, on the passenger side, on the front wheel, right? I said, "What the heck, man?" Like, so I went to the tire shop where I had got the oil change earlier, and service. Excuse me, and I said, "Hey, man, you guys have a tire for this?" And the guy looks at it. He says, "Hey, bro," he goes, "That's not your tire. That's not your tire." What do you mean? He goes, "That's asphalt." So there was a big old glob of asphalt on my
Oh,
tire.
shoot. What?
What?
And we had to, yeah. And then the guy, the owner, which I know him and stuff, he says, "Hey, man," he goes, "just drive it. It'll come off." I said, "Dude, I just drove from Salinas, like,
Oh,
you know,
my
not
gosh.
even 30 minutes, like 30-minute drive, and he's all for real." So he scraped it off, he scraped it off as much as we could, and then, well, as much as he could. From there, I took off and took a little spin on the freeway, and yeah, it went away, and then cars running smooth again, but it was just like a big old glop, and it was like making the tire. I was like, man, what's wrong with my car? Like it was
Hey.
just. Yeah, but it was one of those things like either and I'm thinking this on the way, right? I'm thinking,
Mm.
okay, either the tire's gonna blow out or it's just gonna
Yeah,
fly
it's
off
like,
the car. Like, but I'm not stopping, But
That's scary.
but yeah, everything
That's
was fine.
scary.
funny.
Everything was fine. So yeah, but
Was it
yeah.
all
So
hard to get off, or was it like,
oh no, you just scrape it off with a little like a
oh,
metal
okay.
spatula. Like it was just kind of like I mean, I could have did it, but I got I got this situation going on, and I didn't want to be all like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I was already there. The guy came out, and they know us already, so he was just like, let me just do this.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
they already, and yeah. So I mean, other than that, well, I guess in the end, that was kind of fun. I guess if you want to call it that,
Wow,
what wasn't fun
you're
was
living
the
on the
property
wild
taxes.
side.
Sounds like a mission.
Yeah, what wasn't fun was the
Crazy.
property taxes, right? It was like,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
but you know what? It has to be done, right? It has to be done. So yeah. So yeah, that was my pretty much what and then I got some other stuff going on, but other than that, it's been good. It's been good. I mean, let's just say it that way. It's a good thing. Hey, you know what? Not to bring a crowd into the room. My friend's mother passed away today, and I'm not gonna mention names, but my condolences go out to their family and stuff like that. And that one really hits home. I've known them since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And always welcome me into her home when I go over there and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I remember you, Fred, when you were small, and
mhm.
I know I got bigger. No, not for us. No, uh,
No, those are nice memories.
unfortunately, right? But
Yeah.
no, seriously. I mean, my love and respect to them as well.
Right.
So
Our condolences
I'll
to
say
the
that.
family. Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
say that.
Yeah. Condolences for that loss. Oh. So $120 for nothing. Is that what you paid for the car? Is that what you're asking?
Who is that? Hmm.
No, not me. I didn't pay that much. I didn't pay that for that at all. Like,
Maybe I
What
missed.
people say, man, it's like, wait,
Oh my
what?
gosh, right?
yeah, I
Hey,
never said I never said what I paid.
I
oh,
had that
I
happen yesterday, and it was
Yeah, I
like,
never said what I said. But it was. Well, I'll tell you guys this, but it wasn't that much. It was not that much at all for the detail or the service.
oh,
It
okay.
was just So yeah,
So wait,
yeah. I was like, what?
how did you end up with asphalt on your tire though? Was it freshly poured or was the heat something to do with it?
Yeah, right there on you know what, Jen? You'll know where it's at. Right there on Sanborn, right before the pilot. You know how
Yeah.
you come off the off ramp and you could turn in to go to Don Blanco to go to over the overpass and all that. Okay, well in that little corner when you come off the off ramp, the construction thing was going on right there.
Yeah.
And what happened? I think what happened was that they poured it and they left it maybe what they thought was sufficient, but since it was a warm day,
Yep.
it did it just it wasn't fully done. So
Yeah.
when I went over it, it stuck to my tire, and it was like
Oh.
gum. It was like literally like
wow.
gum.
So,
Like
like you
trying to
said,
take it off.
somebody removed the cones, or they just never put them up.
No, I think they removed them ahead of time. Like I don't think they
Right.
knew.
Oh, okay.
That it was not their fault either.
Yeah, they probably thought, I mean, that's normally the correct time, right, to dry, but it was way hotter than it normally is here
wow.
yesterday. It was
Yes.
like 84 in
Yes.
Salinas.
Yeah, it was 84 here.
You know,
Oh
and
my
then after I got it removed, I went down I was coming back. I went took a trip out, on the freeway and whatnot. And I was riding on the little bumps on the side, to keep you awake or whatever. I was like trying to get everything
Trying to
off
get it
the
off.
wheel, like it just like, but
Got it.
Trying to
whatever
give it a
was up
good
there,
explanation,
yeah.
right?
But it was
Yeah.
like, but the cars in the back were like, "Yay!" No, not for that. No, they weren't. Anyways, no, I'm kidding. But no, yeah, no. So that's what happened. Yeah, it's right down the. Hey, what's up, uh, MC Shadow? Shout out to MC Shadow
Yeah,
and
it's a
Floyd.
shadow. Floyd says it was
Yeah.
92 in Colton. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
was told, I was told, out of all days, you decided to go out today. Like it was just a thing. I was like, what the heck? Let's go get this done.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
got to do it,
yeah,
right? We hit
yeah,
92
yeah.
in the
I can
valley.
do it.
Nick,
Yeah.
you guys, I am not looking forward to this. I've told you guys in the past, I don't do well in the heat. And we're what? Barely a week into spring and it's already like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get some rain still, but I
Hey,
mean,
tomorrow it's
April
supposed to
showers.
rain.
Tomorrow,
I already
Really?
checked.
tomorrow
Yeah, like,
Oh wow.
we got
Yeah.
84 yesterday. It was like 80, 82 today. And then tomorrow it's supposed to rain. That's crazy.
Dang. Yeah, that is
I
true.
on the weekend. You know what? Like I've told you guys before, and I've said it plenty of times.
Mhm.
I've said it here. I've said it on my channel. I'm a polar bear, man. I prefer the cold. I
Me
prefer
too.
the cold. Like
Me
Oh,
too.
I don't care. I don't
If
care.
you
I
don't have
prefer
air,
the cold.
like then you're done. Like I'm done in the summer. I don't have air. I haven't invested in it.
Uh,
Even though we need to, like for reals,
Yeah.
it just I melt and I'm just
Mm.
not a happy person.
No, that is like, you guys, if I ever
Sure.
moved like to, I don't know, and I wouldn't, unless I
Oh.
had to, like to Vegas or Arizona, or
Oh,
I would
dude.
probably never leave my house, like
Oh, no.
ever,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
my
would
brother
be
lives in Arizona. He said it gets up to
70 and
112.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I'm the same way. I've been in other states and like Arizona and so forth, and even places out here that are like extremely hot, and they're like, "Oh no, we don't go out till like 6 or 7 o'clock when it's cooler." I go outside, it's still like a blow dryer, man. Like what? This is cooler? Like this isn't cooler. Like, see, and that's what Like I said on the G. Lou show, we have the perfect weather over here because yeah, it is warm, but then in the evening we get that nice cool breeze, because of the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we don't really, I mean, but over there, it's like just dark. It's just still hot, Like, I don't know. Like, I can't, I don't do good in heat as well.
Yeah,
Like,
me neither. That's like
but,
when I go anywhere far, right? Whether it's down south or if I go north, once I'm driving home and I see that layer of fog sitting there, I'm like,
yeah,
okay, that's where home is. Like it's right
Yeah.
under.
yeah,
Randy
Yeah.
G's lucky.
Yes, Randy.
He lives in Washington. My
Washington,
uncles,
that's
they
what
live
she
in Oregon, and
said. 70 in
my
Washington.
aunt lives in Washington. But their weather,
Yeah.
it's just it rains a lot. It's just
Yeah.
it rains a lot
Yeah.
there. Oh, but beautiful
Yeah,
place.
that's right.
definitely.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I have
Definitely.
some family in Washington. I've never met them, but I've got some family up there, I guess,
Mhm.
and I've heard it's pretty nice. So, Fellow Trucker says I truck into Nevada pretty often, and damn, that I wouldn't move there. Me neither.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
No
And
way.
you know what? And that's the thing when people say, "Oh, it's way cheaper to live." Yeah, because nobody wants to be there in that heat.
Yeah.
It's like no, I don't care
I
how
mean,
cheaper it
definitely
is.
have to
It's
have
like,
air. You have to have air if you live in those
yeah.
states. Like,
Hey, and it's funny you say that, Denise, because over here, I want to say last year
mm,
we had a hot summer, and we've never experienced a summer like that.
well,
Where it's just extremely hot. Where I started thinking, man, I'm gonna have to get some AC around here because it's like extremely hot.
Yeah.
It was just too much, But
yeah.
hopefully not, But again, at night we get that nice cool breeze, if anything.
Yeah.
But
Definitely, definitely. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right?
you know, I,
Never know. Fingers
I don't
crossed.
know how summer.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, sis? What'd you do?
Let's
yeah.
see. My week was, things have been pretty chaotic with me for a while now, right? It's just the family stuff up and down. My daughter had another emergency room visit over the weekend, so I was in the ER with her. God bless her. This is her third or fourth trip to the ER for her gallbladder. And from what I understand, a lot of women experience this after they give birth. So this is my oldest that had her baby recently. And it is so like traumatizing as a parent to see your child in that much pain and it's out of your control. Like there's nothing I can physically do other than, of course, I jumped in my car 3:30 in the morning, jammed over there, went to the ER, and just the one thing we can do as parents is show up and be there and be their medical advocate. Be like, this is, not typical of my daughter. She handles pain very well normally. Please help her. And I have to say, They did very well, a lot better than the experience she had at Memorial. They took her to Chomp this time. They took her by ambulance.
Oh wow.
And, they got her pain under control real quick. I mean, within reason. You know, you're still in a lot of
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
They say gallbladder pain is comparable to childbirth, if not worse.
Yes, it is because I've had it done.
Really?
I've had a
Okay.
removal. Yeah. So
So
yeah,
you know then. Okay.
very painful.
Really?
You can't describe it. It's like having a child.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Southtown.
Yeah.
I really want her just to get it taken out. And the crazy thing is, the day before this attack, she met her surgeon, and the surgeon's like, I don't have any openings for 2 months. How? I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but our medical stuff around here lately, anyways, whether it be dental, medical doctor,
Oh yeah.
to get an appointment,
Oh
I'm
my
not kidding you. It's like you got to know somebody,
Right.
be hooking up with somebody, be like, you have to like have
Yeah.
a major pull to get an appointment. It's
That's
wild.
crazy. That is crazy.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. As her mom, all I did was yesterday morning called her surgeon and was like, hey, my daughter was in the ER again. Something needs to be done. She can't be caring for herself or a newborn if she's in this kind of pain. Good to see you, Chef.
Hey,
So
good to see 'em.
not willing, they fit her in, an appointment opens up and she just
I
gets
hope
it.
so, man.
Because,
That's crazy.
as you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
it ain't no joke. No.
Nope.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
And that's what she was just not to be, to gross anyone out, but she just kept vomiting over and over and even just dry heaving. But
I can't believe that. That's how long it is.
Yeah. And then my
Yeah.
grandson, he has his first surgery coming up. They finally give us a date. So, those of you who are praying, I really appreciate my praying people. May 7th, he has his first surgery for his cleft lip. So he'll have his first repair surgery then
Nice.
in Stanford. So
Good.
yes.
Yeah,
But,
nice.
that's kind of what I've been on mom and grandma duty. So
Oh yeah.
just been doing that. And
That's what it is. That's what
that's what it is.
part of it.
Come running whenever I have to. Absolutely. I have pain in the night and need emergency surgery in the morning. Oh, Floyd, you did or you still do?
I have
Oh,
pain.
my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, she gets it. It seems like it always hits her at nighttime when she lays down. I don't know if that's like
Yeah.
with you, Denise. Did you have it right after giving birth to one of your girls, or
I think so. After
okay.
after the first one. Yeah. It's been so long.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it's crazy how it does that.
remember she was
Good to see you, amigo.
yeah.
Okay. Blanca Wico says Amy, his beautiful wife, had to have hers done too. It took emergency surgery and we'll lift her up in prayer. Thank you. Yeah, you'd think the ER would just do it, right? But they said,
Yeah, that's just weird to me that they are making her wait.
They make her wait because they're like, well, yeah, we see the gallstones. It's clear you have a bunch of gallstones, but your gallbladder doesn't have an infection yet. So unless it was infected, we don't remove it in the emergency room. Your surgeon has to do it, and it's considered an elective surgery until it becomes infected. So like basically until you're at risk of, God forbid,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So what did she just take pain meds for the time being, or
they gave her some while she was there, but then you know how things are anymore. They just send you home like take some ibuprofen.
That don't go away.
That's putting a band-aid over a wound there.
Ibuprofen will not help once it comes back.
No,
and that's the key thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off. That's the thing now that they always give ibuprofen. And it's like I don't know.
That's not a pain medication though. That's for
well, you know what? I did hear that ibuprofen does make your blood pressure rise.
Yeah, and it messes up your liver. As long as she stays away from like spicy foods right now.
She's afraid to eat anything right now. She's so scared to even try to eat because she doesn't want to have an attack,
Oh yeah.
But God, God's got her, and I'm just praying an appointment opens up. So
Yeah.
that's how my week went. You know, and
Wow.
just kind of holding it down here at the house, taking care of the pets, the kids, and just doing my thing. That's about it.
Oh,
Yes, anti-inflammatory, right, Nick?
What?
Yes.
Ibuprofen.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is it with me. So we had. It looks like we lost a boxing legend recently.
Yeah.
What's this? George Foreman, right? Passed away.
George
Yeah.
Foreman.
George Foreman.
Yeah.
Former champ.
A legend.
Margaret.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Definitely.
I mean,
Hey, Margaret.
somebody said the other day they were like, oh, he was a great boxer. I'm like, yeah, he had a good grill too. Does anyone else remember the George Foreman grill?
Yeah, the George Foreman grill. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was before the air fryer.
The air fryer? He had a lot of products. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it because
Muhammad Ali.
yes, I lived in an apartment at the time, and they wouldn't let us have like an actual barbecue pit, so I had to get one of those George Foreman grills to use. But I don't know. What do you remember about?
They were pretty good though. They were good though.
They were right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys remember about him? Anything in particular?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Denise. I'll let you if you remember anything.
Well, he had 12 kids. He had 5 boys, and I think I don't know, some girls.
Yeah.
But,
7 daughters.
he had adopted 2 girls, I believe, and then but he named all his kids after him. George 2, George 3, George 4, George 5. Georgina, he had a daughter named Georgina. Is she the one that is unalive?
I don't
know. It was Frida.
Frida, there you go.
Frida Foreman. Yes.
Okay.
But
she eliminated herself in 2019, I think it was. Yeah.
Not too long ago.
But no, he was a boxing legend, man. I mean, go ahead, Denise. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good.
One of the things I remember about him was a whole bunch of us got together in the car club when we saw when he fought. I think it was Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like
Muhammad Ali too, right?
Yeah, no. Well, this was like a lot like late, I believe it was even in the 90s and stuff. And I remember seeing it and just, I mean, of course he was a lot older. He wasn't in his prime anymore,
Yeah.
And,
he was only 73 when he passed.
Yeah. Well, for a boxer though, at the time he wasn't. Even if he was like 40 years old, he's not old, but he's like, he's not in his prime. But I remember seeing him and then just like being heavyweight, and I just remember seeing, the way he was punching. I go, man, he's punching slow. But man, when he landed those hits, you can see like, wow, dude, like, it was just like power behind all that. He was something else. I mean,
What was that other boxing?
Thank you, Floyd. Yeah, he fought. He lost. I believe he lost that fight. But I mean, you know what? He lost it great. I'll say this, if I remember correctly, he lost it gracefully. He lost it great because it was kind of like a Rocky movie. It was kind of like a Rocky movie. Like, he's not in his prime, but hey, you know what, man? The guy has heart. I mean, from the things of saying 1968, he was a gold medal. Excuse me, a gold medal. Champion of heavyweight in boxing. And then what was it in 69? He had like 13 fights in that year, and 11 by knockout. He won all of them, and 11 of them by knockout.
Wow!
And and back then, they went like full 15 rounds. It had to be until somebody got knocked out. Back then, and then what was it in 70? He fought 12 times, and he won 11 by knockout. Won all 12.
That's awesome.
71. He fought seven fights, and all of them were knockouts. Like, I mean, the guy just, and he beat Joe Frazier, that beat Muhammad Ali, knocked him down 6 times in the first 2 rounds.
Oh wow!
And back then there was no three.
I remember those fights, man.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
best heavyweight fights.
So
Yeah,
wait, did
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali pass a few years ago? Because he was really messed up.
yeah,
Like he
Yeah.
was already like,
Yeah.
like, but he got knocked out a lot.
And there's a movie on him too, though. Big George. There's a movie on him too. I just saw it just like was it last year, I think, and I know Cholo did a review on it. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah, yeah. I watched it just the other day as well because my girls were
yeah,
like, "Hey, they made a movie about him recently too. We should watch
yeah,
it." So we started
yeah,
watching it, and he had a very sad, beginning to his life. He grew up
Yeah.
in extreme poverty, so he
They
really
said it
yeah.
didn't.
was of natural causes. So I mean, he didn't have. I don't know. I don't.
I,
Yeah,
I, I didn't see
They
honestly
never
what
really said.
right. He
Like,
became a
he had.
heavyweight champ at 45 years old,
Mm.
knocking out Michael Moore, says
Jeez.
Cholo. Woo.
Wow.
Wow,
Hey,
that's
you
amazing.
know, he was just something else, man. He was a beast.
Yeah.
You know, and 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't give him credit. You know, you think of Muhammad Ali, you think of like everybody else, that came down the line, but you don't think of Foreman. Foreman who
Yeah,
really. You think of Muhammad Ali, you think of Joe Frazier. You think, but Foreman was in that realm. In that realm of
Mm.
boxers back then.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
Strength Dave, I hope everything's going good with you, brother.
Yes.
Oh, no, I saw. I know Jay was that JR or something.
Uh-huh. Right
But
here.
no, it said that he was. I looked up. He was worth 9.5 million.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Huh.
I don't know. It's
Wow.
just
That's
a
it?
lot.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, compared to like people we've looked up and that have passed away,
Yeah.
they
It's
were
shocking, right? Like it's
approximately
something,
like 2 million, 3 million. I'm like, what?
right?
No, it has to be more. But can you imagine boxers make good money, like even if they don't win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
So
you know what? He made over 200 million on the grill, which
yeah.
is more
Maybe
than he
that's
made
what.
in boxing.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
And
is more
if
than
Cholo
he actually
knows,
made in
sorry, I don't mean
boxing.
to interrupt, but if Cholo knows
No.
how many movies he came out in, he came out in a grip of movies.
Oh yeah.
George
Yeah.
Foreman.
He was in
Uh,
$6 million Man. He was in
I was looking
he
up
was
like,
in TV shows
whoa,
back in the 70s, TV shows and stuff like
mm,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, not to get off topic, but
interesting.
staying on topic, guys. Do
Mhm.
you guys remember that there was a commercial of blue blockers, the shades? And there was a guy that would freestyle a rap. I think it was in Venice Beach, and he was
Mm.
freestyling a rap, and he was advertising. They used it as advertisement for these blue blocker sunglasses and stuff. Well,
Oh,
the guy, he was his own person, and he passed a few years ago as well. But the funny thing about it was that he was identical. He looked like George Foreman.
oh wow.
He
Really?
he
I don't
was,
remember that.
he was a spitting image of George Foreman. I was like, hey, is that George Foreman rapping? Like, what the heck? Like, I don't know if you guys remember that. I remember seeing that. I was like, what the
No,
heck?
I don't. I don't
I gotta
remember.
look that up. I remember those glasses though. They're like
Yeah, the
green. Were they
blue
green
blockers.
or I mean yellow? Like
I don't remember. I know there were
remember?
sunglasses, but they were called blue blockers. And the guy
Mm.
was on Venice Beach, and he was and I believe later on or I think it was at Venice Beach or Hollywood Boulevard, one of those two. He was out there,
Okay.
and you
Look
know
that
what?
up.
If I remember correctly, I did see. No, I didn't see. Did I see him, or did I see that on video that he was on Hollywood Boulevard?
Wow.
I
I don't
want to
know.
see. I did spot. I don't remember. I don't remember too often because I used to go over there a lot, um. But yeah, I remember he would hang around also too on in Hollywood Boulevard. Right there
Oh,
by the Chinese theater and stuff. But
Uh,
oh,
but
blue block.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, not to get off topic, but he looked like George Foreman.
oh wow.
He
That's
really looked like
cool.
George Foreman. Like he was like spitting image.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
look it up, guys.
Yeah.
Look it up if you can.
No,
On the YouTube, just type in blue
I
blockers
know. I wrote it down.
rap
I'm
or
gonna check it
whatever.
out too.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Hey,
like
thank you,
watching the old
CJ. Yeah.
commercials. You know,
Blue
I check
blocker
out on those
shades.
commercials.
It should pop up. Hopefully, everything's on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, man. But
Well,
no,
today,
yeah,
yeah, it's today was also a day that I mean, a lot of us had heard the news that sadly, um, Cain Velasquez was sentenced to 5 years in prison for the shooting that he was involved in back in 2022, involving the I'm going to say alleged, but it's not alleged.
Mhm.
Creep that had messed with one of his children.
Oh, he's 4 years old. Son.
Yeah, as well as, from what I understand, that many other children. Harry Guarte was the son of the daycare owner who was running the daycare that Cain's children were attending when one of them and several other children apparently were molested. What can I say? I mean, there's no, beating around the bush. This is the allegations, and it's not just coming from one child. It was several children who reported this. And it looks like with the 5-year sentence with time served for, I believe, the 8 months he was in jail, and then 2 years home confinement at, I believe, 85% for a violent crime. And then I think there's like a 1 day in jail equals 2 days, the way they sort of counter it out. So it said that it looks like he's going to serve about a year in prison. So it's sad that, I mean, for me, this is my opinion. It's sad to think that he's going to serve any time at all for doing something that I feel like any loving, protective man and father would do, which is defend his child and defend their honor. And it's sad to think that he's serving any time for that. But also, from what I heard earlier, the DA in that town was trying to go for like 30 years. So it could have been, I guess, far worse. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Go ahead.
I think that laws need to be changed on that. I mean, I'm not saying he was right for going. He shot at the guy like car to car, right? Like driving,
moving car. Yeah,
and I don't think that was a good judging on his part to do, right? And but I mean, if it's just in the matter of like what state of mind he was in. I mean, I would have been freaking crazy, want to get this guy too in any way possible. But he did, he did mess up, and as far as getting him, man, I think that just laws need to be changed big time. And I don't think he should be in jail at all, period. The guy, I don't even know what the guy got. I don't know that part of the story, but
here Cholo says Harry's trial starts in June. So Harry hasn't even gone to trial yet.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting when the perp goes to trial for all of his.
I don't know, you guys. That's a tough one, and overall,
Go ahead, Fred.
I concur with both of you guys on that. I mean, it's it's somewhat of a vigilante hero, justifiable, if you will. When it involves children like that and your access like that to them. I mean, that's all I'll say is that I don't think he should be going to prison for. I mean, the time he already time served, it should be that. I mean, but then again, that opens the door for other people to be like, hey, well, check it out.
right.
But I mean, something's got to be done about all this too, though. I mean, when it involves little children,
right.
Yeah. So it's got to be, I think it's a very serious topic, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's definitely, I feel like, okay, I would hope going into each case, you can kind of look at things, or they should be looked at on a case-to-case basis. I do understand like what you are saying and implying, the judge has to set some type of precedent. Like if I let this guy off, I'm going to have to let off this one and that one. And but in my opinion, this whole situation was almost like the perfect storm. Like it really was a series of events and failures that led up to an event where this guy Harry was being sent home at a time where Kane was at his most enraged, finding this information out and then believing that this guy who touched his child was going to be held and charged. But he sees him driving and leaving with his parents. So he believed in his mind, he's fleeing. He's getting away with this. He is getting away with harming my child, my baby. So I can see where the mind would take you to a place that is very quite dangerous when it comes to protecting your children, And this is good. Let's also remember he didn't shoot Harry. He shot the stepfather who he happened to be in the vehicle with. So I see that. I don't know if you guys, can you hear me still?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, let me work on this. I can still hear you guys.
I don't know. So, but speaking of children, I don't know if you guys saw, there was in Northville, New York, a coach pulled the hair of one of the basketball players after losing a championship game.
Really?
You see that, Fred?
No, I did not. I did not. That's news to me.
Yeah, he went back over. They were all in line, right? And he was telling them to go, give them props and stuff to the other team. And I guess she didn't want to. And he went behind her and he pulls her ponytail. And the teammate next to her was like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And she was the little girl was crying, she was crying, and so he got let go. He's gone. They freaking fired his ass, and come to find out, though, not to make it right or sound any right. He was her uncle. That was her uncle.
Oh wow!
And,
but I mean, no, that doesn't make it right. You're not at home.
Nope, it does not.
And not that it say that at home it makes it right, but I'm saying it kind of paints a picture of what's going on at home.
Right.
I'm just saying, you know what? That reminds me of a time when I was in, I believe I was like in maybe 8th grade or whatnot, and we were getting in line to go somewhere. I forgot what it was, and we had one of the teachers, and I remember this correctly. One of the guys, he was the class clown, and he's always stepping out of bounds or whatever, whatever it was. But I remember the teacher grabbed him by the shirt, and literally picked him up and shook him and slammed him against the wall in the
oh my
outside of the class, and we were like, "Whoa," and we're like, "What the heck?" It's one of those things. If I knew then what I know now, kind of deal. It was like, what the heck? Like there was a lot of things. I mean, that I've seen that I saw in school, and again, if I knew then what I know now, that a lot of those teachers would not have gotten away with a lot of that stuff, and that's the thing now with the internet, that the internet's the internet and the technology, and it just at the same time that it's dumbed us down, but it's made us a lot more aware of our surroundings and what's happening in the world. Hey, Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why the last few times my camera has been giving me some issues. I'm going to have it looked at because I'm not sure why that's happening. So bear with me. Thank you guys for putting it down.
No, of course.
Yeah.
A couple more stories. I don't know if you guys want to go first or what.
No, go ahead.
So did you guys hear about the Statue of Liberty?
No.
So the French, one of their peoples over there wants to take back the Statue of Liberty away from us in America.
That's right. It was a gift from the
They were saying that it was a gift and we ain't getting it back. And they surveyed like some people and they're like, heck no, that's our Statue of Liberty. Like that's here to stay, you know?
So
Like, what?
wait, who's trying to take this away?
A politician over there is just speaking all out of his ass. Sorry.
From France or somewhere or what?
Yeah,
Like,
from France. Yeah.
you know what the United States? You know what the United States is doing? Go. Do you know who I am? No, not really.
No, we've had that statue
You know,
since 1886, you guys.
Oh
That's when
my
I was given.
God. Really?
no,
Why
yeah,
now? Why now? I think because he hates our president. Like, no, get out
I
of here.
France has their own problems with their president. If you
Right.
go looking into that issue, from what I hear, it's a pretty
Yeah.
deep rabbit hole. But
Mhm.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
I mean,
No,
I don't know. What do you guys think about that one?
I think that he's just trying to kind of follow our president and trying to be like, well, that's it. If he's going to do that, we want to do this. And
Yeah.
shut up. You know, just no. It's the United States, man. I mean, you know what? I won't get into that. I'll just say it like that. But I don't
Yeah.
want to be political. But I mean,
People were just like, no.
things are what they are. You know, things are what they are. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I didn't hear about that, Denise. That's
Yeah, that's a crazy topic. I'm like, what?
right.
It was just something I just saw, and I was like, no, that's crazy.
Like
But
I know
today
it's been
people are just like, oh,
100 or 200 years, but I want that. I'm going to need that back.
oh.
Be like, well,
Yep, they said nope. She's gonna fall apart. She's gonna disintegrate here in New York
Yeah.
Harbor, and nah, you
well,
guys.
they rebuilt it in the 80s, right? They did a rebuilding, like, you know,
One of the arms or something. Huh?
Sure.
the
Yeah.
structure and everything again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have to have had many repairs and things.
Oh yeah,
Since
throughout the years.
You can go to the top,
cold.
no, the
In the
top of the
water.
crown or something. There's windows up there to see out or something like that. I had never been to New York. I needed
That's
I
one of my
wanted to go
bucket lists, man. I want to go to the Statue of Liberty. I want to see that.
Do you? Oh wow!
Yeah, for sure.
Right, Jolo? Are they going to come and get the statue? Then
I know. What the hell? What are they gonna put? What are they gonna replace it with?
on the Mission Impossible thing. Like, okay, we're gonna go get the Statue of Liberty. Like, wow.
that
But you know, right? No, you know what? After 9/11, guys, I stopped wanting to go to New York. It was a dream for me. I probably said this already, but to see the Twin Towers was a thing for me, you know.
Wow.
And once that happened, I was like, okay. Well. But there's so many other things I would want to go.
Yeah.
I would want to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things, but
You
I
know
don't
what?
know. I heard there was a lot of rats in New York, like literally,
right here.
you know, like
Big
just
old
all
rats.
over.
There's a bunch of rats over here telling all the time. No, not for I'm kidding. You know,
No, but it's a
You know what?
nasty, you guys.
but you know what? This is you know, I'm saying this.
Hmm.
Fat boy problems. Fat boy problems. I want to go to New York and try a real, authentic. Not off the where a tourist place or whatnot.
Yeah.
A real authentic pizza
I'm with you. Yes.
from New York.
Yes.
You know.
I'm
Philly,
with you.
Not
Philly
just
cheesesteak.
whatever.
I want to try the Philly cheesesteaks down there, man.
Right?
Oh, that's in Philadelphia though. Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, New York has them though.
Well, hot dogs in New York, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Stuff like that. You know, fat guy things. You know, hey, what about the Statue of Liberty? Yeah, I'm gonna eat pizza first.
Right?
Yeah, give me some
Someone says, you visited the Statue of Liberty last year.
Yes,
That's
he was
right.
Oh, that's
Hey.
right. Cholo did.
No, I'm like,
So I don't know. Cholo, was there rats?
yeah, he was up there.
Was there a lot of rats like they say there is? I don't know.
No. See,
I don't know. It's just a thing, I guess. You know. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Cholo was out there last year. I remember he was out there in New York. I was like, oh wow, you know.
that's pretty cool.
With the Yankees.
Yeah.
That's what's your
Yeah. France wants to take. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, don't you know?
I know.
Don't come knocking, France. I mean,
right?
Yeah.
yeah, don't.
The rats
Yeah,
in NYC are as big as cats. That's what I hear.
hey, you know.
Yeah. That's
one heck of a-
I would die if
Can
I
you imagine?
the
Like,
rat while walking.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
my cats, they catch some things, not because, not obviously here in my house, but you guys know I live backed up to the woods pretty much. So they go back there and catch little
Oh, man.
critters and everything. And
Yeah.
sometimes they get some decent sized, like they catch moles, gophers,
Mm.
things like that. And
Yeah.
I feel like my
The
cats,
possums here at my house look like cats. I'll tell you right now,
really?
they're huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
like
there's rats in the subway. Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
rats
yeah.
in the subway there in New York.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
No, you know what, man? I think, yeah, I mean, come on. It's a lot of people think like, oh no, it's like I said before, even in the Hollywood Hills and stuff like that, you're gonna get those critters, and these
Yeah.
mansions and whatnot. And especially if you think of New York or even Monterey for that matter, out here, Jen, like you think that it's next to the ocean and ocean view and all this stuff. Where there's water, you're bound to get those critters. I mean, you're bound to get rats and stuff like that. I mean, that's where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's
what it
true.
is. But I mean, I don't know about biggest cats. I'm like, wow, yeah, but I've heard of that too.
But
Yeah.
possums, Denise,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've seen possums, raccoons can get pretty big. And they're so, especially possums, they're ugly.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're ugly.
Yeah. The baby ones are cute, but not the big ones.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
the big ones. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on. I got another story. Out here in Riverside, California, there's a guy by the name of Chad Bianco. He's running for government of California,
Mm.
and he's talking about removing taxes from us, like our taxes,
Like sales tax or property tax?
like government every taxes.
wow.
Period. There's 9 states that already have that don't do that. That does that they don't have taxes.
Really?
I didn't get a name of the states, but
Yeah.
there's 9 states that do that already. And he's a sheriff for Riverside.
That's
but he's
right. I
running
thought
for-
he looked familiar. Like he was
Yeah.
in law enforcement somewhere down there, right? Okay.
Yes. Yep. And so so he's running, and for governor, hopefully he takes Gavin Newsom's place. Get some
So
stuff.
this is for all property taxes and everything. What they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, period. Taxes, period. They just did away with them. They did away with
I
them.
just paid my property taxes yesterday. I should see if I can just
you could've
recoup
waited.
it back, right? Cancel it.
Isn't
You
that
should have waited.
easy?
Will
Oh,
they
man.
send it back? Or will they send it back? I doubt it, right? They won't send it back. Will they? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. If I seen a rat, oh my god, I would.
Uh-uh.
They'd probably eat me.
Hey, Hugo. Good to see you. What's good?
hey,
Good to see you.
Oh my god, Strange Days, stop.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? No way. No
oh,
way.
man.
You know what?
I-
I did have to save one time. I'm not saying I'm a hero, but I'm just gonna tell this story. I think I told the story once before. I did save my mom from a rat one time. Okay. I don't know how, some places in Salinas, there's roof rats. And every now and then, like if your neighbor has not dealt with their rodent issues, they'll jump. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So she called me up, right? And she's like, "There's a mouse in the bathroom. I need you to deal with it." I don't have any problem taking out a rodent, a spider, even here in my house. My kids will call me from the other room.
Oh shoot.
Oh, it doesn't matter who, a man in the family, anything. Jen,
Don't call you.
I'm like, I'm there. So she tells me there's a mouse in the bathroom, right? So I go into the bathroom and I turn the corner and I lock eyes with something about that big.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
I'm not playing. When that thing saw me and I saw him see me, I knew it was going to be a fight. So I shut the door quickly, came back out, and of all things, I'm like, what can I get? Because I knew it was going to be a fight because when it saw me, it started jumping everywhere,
Oh,
panicking.
shoot.
And the bathroom's only so big,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going out without a fight. So I grabbed the Swiffer. I went back in the bathroom, and you know what? PETA, you know, whatever the animal rights people,
Yeah.
those pattern life or death. And
Yeah.
I started swinging on him, and let me tell you, that thing put up a fight like I've been in some fights before, and that rat put up a fight like I was sweating after. I was like, I had to take
You want to
a shower.
die?
Oh yeah, he didn't want to die. He didn't want to go.
Jen, with the slipper?
No, a Swiffer. You know
Oh, Swiffer. Oh, Swiffer. Oh, I thought you had the slipper. I'm like, dang, Jen, like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I know that. Don't throw a chunky at me, man. It's like, gee,
If
a
we gotta
Swiffer.
go, I'll take my slipper, my Swiffer, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm swinging on him, just going swinging, and finally, like this is what's crazy. He was jumping like from the shower curtain to the like across my head over to like there was like a wicker towel basket.
Oh no!
Oh, you guys, this thing was all over the place, scurrying around the floor, and I'm thinking he's gonna crawl up my body
Oh
or
my God!
Yeah.
I did that.
I don't want to, you know, upset people. I don't really know if people have compassion for rats, but I don't. So
No.
I
No.
beat the off of that thing, and finally, remind you, you know, I'm protecting my mom. Okay,
Mhm.
so finally, I gave him one little Swiffer to the back,
Mhm.
and he landed in the toilet, and I flushed it. Okay?
No, you didn't. It was.
Yes, I did.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
Several times.
You didn't
Several
plug the pipe or nothing. Shoot.
He was in there for a while, and finally
She was like, drown, drown.
he went down,
Wow.
and I won the fight. But yeah, that was my
Yeah, I
one
couldn't
thing.
even do that. Mm-mm. Nope.
I had to.
Oh, good.
I could not. I had, well, a couple times in the house up front, we had, my daughter's like, Mom, they're scratching, we hear da, 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 and then
Mhm.
Dad put these things are big. The
Yes.
rats are huge. And they
Yeah.
come from the palm trees that we have next
Yeah,
door.
they stay in the
We
tree.
live in there. So
Yeah.
it's like, man.
They make nests in the trees.
Yeah.
Like if you have lived by somewhere that has them like that, they make nests in the trees, and then they'll come and get in your roof if you live
Yeah.
nearby.
And I don't know how they got in the attic over there, but they got in.
They do.
Oh, no.
They could squeeze right through the tiniest places.
Right.
Yeah, the bones could retract and get in. I mean, you know what?
Right.
I won't mention there's somebody in the neighborhood that has chickens,
Oh,
and that's gonna cause, that causes that. And so one day I would leave the back door open just to have the air come in and stuff. And so I was watching TV late at night. So I'm sitting there with Toby. Actually, it was Toby and I were sitting there, and I'm watching TV, and I see, in my peripheral, I see what I think is, hey, Mr. Kanatu, shut up. What I see is Toby, right? And I was like, what the heck? I thought it was the dog.
No.
I thought it was the dog,
no.
So yeah, I put a sticky trap in. Yeah, I got him. I got him, and the scream on that thing, man, when you're having to, because there's not much you can do for him after that. You got to do what you got to do with it. It was just like eerie, But I mean, it's like, but yeah, it doesn't help when people have illegal animals in the neighborhood. It causes a lot of
Yeah.
yeah, and
Right.
sometimes people say, "Well, it's your house. It's this and that." No, if the person across the street or on the other side or whatever has, farm
Something-
animals, you're gonna get that.
It's
You're
true.
gonna get that.
True.
Yeah.
You know, and I never knew what those black boxes were at like fast food places.
Yeah.
I go, what are those? And then my husband's like, for rats. And I'm like,
They're traps.
oh,
Oh,
no.
heck no. Yeah.
Yep.
Even I stopped, you guys, I stopped going to get my bread, my Mexican bread,
Mhm.
because I just saw something that was like,
Creeped you out. Yeah.
I mean, it freaked me out. Never again. I don't know, but
Oh
Um,
no.
You know, they're in those just like they're in the
yes.
lighting.
Oh man.
I just grossed me
Ruined it.
out. Never again.
Yep. You know what, Steve? If that would have happened, let me tell you what, I still would have fought old boy. It would have been on.
Dude,
I would have stopped, dropped, and rolled. I mean, it would have been a crazy sight, but
you,
I still would have won.
you know what? Man, just brings up a topic too. Yes, it was nice weather yesterday and today, but tomorrow's gonna rain.
I
Hmm.
know.
Christine, it's gonna rain tomorrow. They said, and then the weekend. But
Mhm.
no, you know what, guys? I don't know. You know what, Jen? I mean, you pretty much already said it,
Hmm.
but that's the way I am too, as well. Like I really get annoyed, you know, when somebody else is like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," it's like when something happens, I
Hmm.
automatically go into a more like, okay, instead of panicking, okay, what's the solution?
Yeah.
You know, what's the solution? Because if one person blacks out and just starts going berserk, it's not helping the situation. I
Okay.
always tend to be like, okay, calm and go into the situation. Okay, what's the solution here? And I
Yes.
go into that. That's where even if a situation like that, I had that happen similar to it, but it was just a little field, field mice or whatever, with a friend of mine that was staying over that day. And I was like, what the heck? And the same thing in the restroom. Well,
Yeah.
I caught him. The same situation. Of course, I ended up, taking him outside, not down the
Yeah.
toilet. But I mean, where I live too, there was field.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know, and whenever they would plow the field after
Yes.
the crops, oh my God,
See?
every house in the neighborhood was just, it was just a nightmare, man.
I know
It was a
this.
nightmare.
Yeah, because when I had my oldest daughter, the one that just had a baby, when I had her, I lived in a house right in the middle of the fields.
Oh
The
wow.
guy
Oh
that
yeah.
owned the fields was my landlord. So he rented
Uh-huh.
me out the house that was right there. So every time they would till the fields or do, farm work with heavy equipment, it vibrates the ground. And yes, all the little mice would come running
Oh
in.
my
So,
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
oh,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. And that stopped after a while though, because I don't live in, around fields no more.
Yeah.
They built stuff around. So yeah, that stuff is gone. But
Wow.
yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. Some people don't understand it. Some people think, oh no, if you do this and you did it, there's just no way they're gonna go in regardless.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're gonna go in regardless. Especially, if it's cold outside, if it's hot, or there's water or food or any kind of thing, whether you leave it out or not. I mean,
It is.
we're going in for a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I thought of? And I had never thought of this. I never thought of it because I never heard of this before.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But, with the recent passing, the unfortunate passing of, I'm so sorry, help me with the name, the actor, Gene Hackman, right? And his
Or it
wife.
didn't have to. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So his wife's passing, the cause of death was something to do with a rodent,
Yep.
either bite or coming in contact with rodent
Yeah.
feces. I never knew that was a
Me
thing.
neither. I never knew it was a thing.
Yeah. So
That's
I guess
crazy.
that's something I would be more cautious of if I ever came around, had to face a rat again or a mouse. But that's so
Yeah.
sad and scary. But
Yeah.
it's,
You wonder how that happened. Like
I know, right?
they said, like you have to come in contact with it.
Some of the.
It said
No, yeah,
either
I don't know.
bit by one, like a bite, or to go into an area where you are breathing in the fumes of either the urine or feces of rodents without protective breathing
It
equipment.
would have to be a
Thank
lot,
you.
right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's, I don't know.
Yeah. But you know what? Since we brought that up real quick, let me just say, I don't know if you guys have looked into
Uh-huh.
that case anymore or heard what's going on. But okay, so when Gene Hackman and his wife made their will, they made their will together like 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I think like in 1990, well, I don't know, 1990 something, right?
Mhm.
And they made their wills together. Well, he made his wife the sole beneficiary of his entire estate.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow.
And then there
Wow.
was a clause. Listen to this, it gets so messy. there was a clause that said if his wife, Betsy, I think, right, were to pass before him, obviously the estate would stay with him. If they were to pass at the same time, meaning the exact same incident, if it were like, God forbid, a fatal crash or something,
Yes.
then it gave the clause to donate their entire estate to some sort of community advocacy. Like, they're very much into their community and giving back. Nowhere did he mention his children, his grandchildren, nada. And then it said if they were both to pass, the executor of his estate would be the attorney that helped him and Betsy draft this will. Well, check it out. That attorney died 10 years ago.
Oh, shit.
So now it rolls down to when that attorney passed away, he had appointed someone to fill in for him to success over his duties for things like this. So it is another attorney who's a female that's supposed to be very good at what she does. So it's looking like that whole legal thing is going to be a mess because it's basically in the hands of an attorney who was appointed by his original attorney. So they never met this attorney, I don't believe. But I do know, I think he had 4 children. I do know that his son has already, obviously, and I'm sure his other children and grandchildren will do the same. But the son has already hired a very well-known probate will type attorney and is, obviously trying to stake claim to part of, if not the entire estate. So it's going to be messy.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. So in the first place, why didn't he leave anything to his children? Like, that just like...
it makes you wonder, was there a falling out? What if, and I'm just saying, what if his children didn't have anything to do with him? I mean, they I don't know the situation and the falling out part. Supposedly the son hadn't really had anything to do with him for like 10 years. And this is allegations because I saw this on some news sites, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know about the daughters, and I know the granddaughter and one of the daughters or 2 of the daughters made statements, saying thank you for the, condolences. We're so sad. But part of me is like, where were you guys? Where were you guys when he was ill?
Yeah. No.
Like, I'm sorry,
obviously there's no connection with children. That's just crazy.
You know what? That's
Norby's.
That's a shout out to Norby's, man. And you know what? That's a very interesting thing that happened, though. But I mean, you know what? I would think because this is more public and being it's a celebrity. But I want to believe that it's not as rare as we might think it is, because there is a lot of fallout within family, and sometimes the the parents say, the dad or whatever says, hey, you know what? I mean, they're not talking to me, I should leave them anything, and that's the end of that, I mean, I'll leave it to some random person, or whatever, So he's the play advocate here. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But because oftentimes we think about like, hey, well, what happened? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? There's reasons as to why he did that. I mean, it makes sense. If they hadn't been speaking in 10 years, he probably figured out what the heck, like what I need. It's whatever.
And it's pretty sad when stuff like this happens, and your family, your mom, your sister, your dad, like your close-knit family passes away, and that relationship is not there. Like it's not there. So you could, that's why they're not mourning, or it's just there's no connection, and it's like, wow, being us, Raza, like we're always like this with our parents and like
Yeah.
this with our sisters and brothers, like
Wife,
friends,
our
like,
issues or whatever. Yeah, that's
I can't see, which I do see a lot now. Like you said, Fred,
Mhm.
there's a lot that happens. It happens
mhm.
where people are so the rich are they're leaving their stuff to like even the state, and
I-
agriculture and
Yes, and bringing
Yeah.
up like Junior brought up that Gene had a house here in Pebble Beach,
Mhm.
and Oprah tried to offer him 80 million, and he wouldn't sell. No budge.
Yeah.
I've heard of people, elderly people. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Fred. Like in Carmel,
Mhm.
Pebble Beach, who left
Yeah.
their entire estates to their pet.
Yeah.
their
Or their
pet.
caregiver,
Yes.
the caregiver as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
No. Yeah. You know
family.
what?
That their pet.
Yeah.
Their pets.
The pet or the caregiver. Yeah. Definitely. You know what?
Hmm.
It's Yeah. You hear about this stuff. Like a lot of people don't really know. And again, being like you said, Jen, that we live out here in this area. A lot of like a friend of mine. He got arrested, so he passed. But he used to work at the airport.
Mhm.
And he said he would see a bunch of people fly in, a bunch of
Mhm.
people fly in the during the week, athletes, movie stars, so on and so forth. He got to see. I'll name some because he's passed on, but
Mhm.
I'll name some. He actually saw President Donald Trump, show up out here in
Mhm.
Monterey, and Kim Kardashian was one. He said he shook her hand, and he said he had the perfume of
Wow.
her, in his hand. And I'm
Is
gonna
that
leave that
all
there.
on there?
I'll let you guys put that together. I was like, "What? Dude, are you serious?" I'm like, you know,
He's
That's
all sniffing his hand.
I was cracking up, man. I was cracking. God rest his soul, man. You know what? He was one of the people that I really considered a real friend. But
Oh,
anyhow, I digress. And he said that Tom Cruise as well.
oh,
Tom
really?
Cruise as well. You know what? Allow me to go into a small story about this, right?
Okay.
Because I thought it was hilarious. I guess he would stand on the other side of the plane, whatever. I don't understand too much what had happened.
Mhm.
And he said that him and his coworker were standing there, and I guess they were coming off the plane, a private jet or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And it's when Tom Cruise was married to Katie Holmes, and
Mhm.
they saw them walking down, so they started checking her out, as she was coming down the steps.
Yeah.
But once it turned the corner, it was actually Tom Cruise. I was like, oh man.
What?
But yeah,
Oh,
I was like, oh man. But you know what? But you know what? I'll say this. I'll say this. People like Brad Pitt and bought a home out here. He bought a
Yeah.
home over here. Clint Eastwood, like I said, he lives out here, and a lot of movie stars. I think somebody was it Brad Pitt that got married over here too in Carmel.
Maybe.
So a lot of celebrities get married out here too as well.
I
They
mean,
come
it's
out here for
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah, so yeah,
beautiful.
no, John Travolta was out here. Like a bunch of people come out here. Bill Murray, especially for the PGA
Yes.
golf thing, you'll see them every now and then running around.
Right.
But yeah,
that's funny, guys.
definitely,
Man.
definitely, guys. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's celebrity
Interesting.
stuff, of people
Yeah.
in areas and stuff. But again, going back to what I don't want to, drift off too far.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't understand why people do what they do.
Mhm.
We would have to really, kind of be in their shoes before, because it's natural for us to be like, wow, why did he do that? That's messed up, and we
So
start, kind of throwing stuff out there. But
yeah, I mean, it comes. A lot of things are possible. We don't know the inside dealings of what their
yeah,
family, Gene and his wife went through.
yeah,
I can only assume maybe this, right? Maybe this was a situation. His wife was basically in the same age category as his children were in their 60s at this point. So, they probably put up some sort of they could have put up some sort of protest to him marrying her.
yeah,
But everybody that was around them said they were the real deal. They were truly in love, and it was that was a crazy age gap, but when you think about it, she obviously was the only person taking care of him because there was nobody else there that found them in the condition they were in until the people who cared for, the lawns and outside,
Yeah.
stuff found him in that condition. So she obviously, I would think that she loved him very much and she was taking care of him and caring for him. It came out she even passed a day later than they thought after they checked her phone and computer records, and she had canceled a medical appointment that she was supposed to go to because she told them she had to take care of her husband.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, who knows? That maybe the kids were mad dad married this much younger woman, but that shows you if that in fact were what was going on, which I'm guessing it might not even be.
Mm-hmm.
What a sad thing to hold that grudge so many years later. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, yeah.
Because there's people out here who are sick. Sickness falls upon them and they can pass within a matter of weeks or months. And for people that are your family to hold a grudge that makes you so entitled to not even come and make peace, give your parent that peace of mind before they pass, that's pretty sick in my opinion.
It is.
It's so sad.
And to go with that, because later on, even if that happens, and I'm piggybacking off of what you just said, Jen, I think that the thing that happens too is when the event of that happening, it gets at its peak, they'll probably go, well, I don't care, whatever. But in due time, it will come back to bite you, and you won't have a way out. That's a sad way to be. That's a sad way to live because there's no way you could retract it and fix it. So at the end of it all, it leads into, and I'm sorry, I just get, this is the conversation I had with people. It's like, then you go into this whole thing of like, well, I knew he or she loved me, and that's what they would want me to do. They knew, even though we didn't talk in 20 years, they knew that I loved them. Well, that's you making yourself, try to feel better about the situation. You physically and mentally cannot change that outcome at the end of the day. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And I'm sorry, I'll end it here. The other thing about it being that it's like in this case being Gene Hackman and his wife, okay, this is a celebrity, great movie star, obviously, but at the end of the day, they are regular human beings just like anybody else. They had regular problems, even though sometimes we think, oh, if I had money and if I had this and that, it would be different. Sometimes it might be worse. Just might be worse.
Yeah.
The problems don't end financially. People are who they are.
Don't have personal experience with that. I mean, I'm just like, wow, I can't even believe, like, I've had personal, I've had that. And it's so sad for that person. I feel bad for that person. I'm just like, wow, like, for reals, you never made peace, and how do you live with that? But
and you can put up a front all they want, but deep down inside, it cuts deep. It cuts deep. And you think like, oh well, they're again. So even if, let's just say, they're like, oh no, well, it's cool in whatever situation. Are they really being genuine, or is it because of what will happen in the event of them passing?
Right.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, and we got to know who we are and who's around us for those reasons, regardless of the point. This is why I always say, if I was to hit the lotto, I would fall off the face of the earth.
Right.
Everything would be deleted on social media. My phone number would change, and everything. I'll fall off the face of the earth.
Right.
But I mean, no, I say that because 9 times out of 10,
Are you frozen?
Yep.
Denise, it's not your birthday, right?
Sure. No, it's not. No. But thank you, Strange Days.
Right?
Not till July.
You're early to the party, but
hey, right? Did you guys see that thing where you could black out your house from, like, you know how you know how you could see on map your
Mhm.
exact like house and everything if you type in
The Google
the
Map thing.
yeah the Google map. They're saying that you could black it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah,
I'm
oh
like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
what about drones? Like, my question was, what about drones? I mean, I could see you driving and then blacking out or fading out, your house.
Yeah.
It's an app you can go to. I forgot what it's
Oh,
called,
okay.
Hmm.
but I don't know. I
Did,
just thought that was kind of weird.
did I
Yeah.
freeze it always?
You
Did I
did
Yeah,
for
freeze
a second. You did for
it? Okay,
just a second. Yeah.
yeah.
okay. Yeah, no. Well, I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, no, I've heard about that too. That they say you can block out all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's a little fan I got going on that causes that because that hadn't happened until I had the
Yeah, no,
fan
that was
going.
the first time. That was the first time it did it. This whole stream,
Freaking strange.
right?
Right.
You know what though? Is cool about
it's a steamy. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
what's cool about the Google Map thing though. I had
Mhm.
seen a while back ago on TikTok where some people went back and checked their childhood home
Oh,
address, Google Map, and there's live pictures that they Google took at one point in time of the property, and
yeah.
some people were actually able to see their childhood home with their parents standing outside
Oh
or their
wow.
grandparents like doing their lawn.
What a
And
trip.
oh my gosh, I thought that would
Vehicles.
be
Yeah.
such a like,
Yeah. That's
especially if you didn't have closure or that meant something to you, to go
right.
back and see that would be amazing.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
would
so
love
you
that.
could, I know when I checked it,
I
the
would love
last
that.
time I checked it from my dad's old house, I saw his vehicles parked out in front of it. The
Oh
pictures.
wow, that's cool.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Um,
that's crazy to see.
I'd love to see my
um,
mom's Mustang. She had a 78 and then she had a Monte Carlo brand new
Oh yeah.
79. Yeah,
You should check the
um,
address and see
I
what
should.
comes up. Yeah.
yeah, no, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
I'd be
You
like,
never know.
man. It'd be like,
Yeah.
imagine if something, God forbid, it's inevitable, but let's just say, and then, I
Right?
happen to go and they'll be like, oh, look, hey, that's when he got that glop of asphalt on his tire. No, not for real, I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
Dude, I would
Imagine,
love to walk through my
right?
childhood home
Or
though.
some people go check and they see like the neighbor creeping over when dad's at work or something crazy.
hey, right?
You never
No,
know.
no, well, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, and I'll say, so yesterday I did some stuff in the car, right? And I opened all the doors. It's a four door. I left all the doors open, and I left it running. I was doing some stuff to the car, and
Mhm.
nothing mechanical. Just trying to run air through it or whatnot, and just for freshening it up or whatever. And so I came in, and then I took the dogs into the backyard, right? So I hear the ring camera go off, right?
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, what the heck, So anyway, long story short, I went back in. I came out, and I see my neighbor standing over my hood, just looking at it, like, and I'm like, what the heck? So when I went back, um, my when I went back and looked at the what had happened, as soon as that went in, he came out. He started walking around my car. I was like, "What the heck's he doing, man?" But it was just—it's
What?
kind of funny though. You know what I mean? He wasn't gonna do nothing,
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny how the technology nowadays you could spot anybody doing whatever.
Oh,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen a couple of things that were like, okay, what the heck, but yeah, man, I guess it's a plus now,
Yeah.
and that's the thing
Technology is
too
a
now.
crazy thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
definitely,
mean,
definitely.
cameras are everywhere, and you're gonna do something. You just better watch out because you will get caught.
Oh
Yes.
no, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what?
Especially if you're on video, and you know what? I will say this: that the ring camera, at least the one I have too, it's pretty good, man. It can
Mine,
capture, it can capture,
yeah,
it'll spot you, man. It's
mine too.
like,
Yeah, it goes far too. Like I'm at this side
oh
of the
yeah,
block, it goes all the way to the other side of the
Yes.
block.
And not only that, and I remember reading this story like last year. Not only that, the Ring camera, if you have the one where you pay the subscription, it captures the audio also.
Mm.
yeah.
So like
That's
last
what I
year
have.
sometime, a guy found out his wife was cheating because she would walk outside every time she'd get a phone call, right? So
Mm.
she walked outside, but she's on the phone talking out loud, and she had it on speaker. Well, she was talking to Sancho,
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
and
Oh,
the
wow.
Ring camera picked up the conversation, recorded
Mhm.
it. He had the conversation recorded, filed it with the courts,
Wow.
and got out of paying her alimony because he proved she was unfaithful.
Wow.
Yeah, and you could download the video. At least that's what I have to. You could download the video, so
Yeah.
you actually have it now.
Yeah.
You
You have
have
to
it
have the
on
date and time,
camera.
exact time,
Right.
right? Or is
Yeah.
The
that
one
something that-
time it date stamps everything. You know,
Okay.
the time, the date, everything. So you have that
Your
proof
evidence right there.
of
Yeah.
evidence.
It's a
Yeah,
good
no,
idea.
Dang, what a story.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a good idea to
I
have
mean,
that for your
it-
safety, you know.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I think it is. It would be scary, but it's also protection too. Though you got to protect yourself because how many times do people go, "Oh, well, this and this happened." Well, guess what? I got you on camera right here. This is not what happened. This is a whole other. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
can
no,
really
I think it's a good thing. Sometimes.
I don't know if you guys heard that story of the she was a chief out here, I think in San Diego.
Mhm.
And San Diego. She helped fight the fires here in LA. But she got unalived by her girlfriend that she told that she was leaving her, right?
Really?
Yes. So the girl, her name was
Oh,
Yolanda, she ended up fleeing and going after she unalived her, right? And it's all on camera, like it's all on camera. The
yeah,
voice and everything.
yeah.
The police chief, I forgot her name, but she was like, Yolanda, call 911, don't let me die. And she goes, nope, like you're
No
done. Like
way.
you want to leave
Wow.
me, whatever. And she ended up, stabbing her. And she ended up, the girl Yolanda, fleeing to Mexico. They just got her yesterday.
Oh,
She
so
was out there hiding for
Wow.
like 2 weeks.
that's crazy.
Wow.
But
Oh,
everything was on camera. They got her cold busted. Like she's done. You know?
wow.
Wow. No, yeah. It's a done deal. That
Yeah.
you can't argue that. There's nothing to argue about. At that
Yeah.
point, you have the concrete proof of what it
Yeah.
is.
Right.
They caught her leaving and anything.
Once you're caught on audio or video, I mean, it's pretty much a wrap, you
Yeah.
know.
And you know what? The other side of that coin is you have to protect yourself every which way you can.
Yeah.
At the end of it all, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. You know.
Right.
This way, there's no ifs, ands, or buts or any kind of questions. If it's on video, I mean that's what it is. Then I show the time you get home and
Right.
you know. So
I mean, you get accused of some stuff, and it's just like,
It puts you in a different mindset. Yeah. To like, hey, I kind of need to look out for myself, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. So AI, it makes me a little bit cautious and leery of how much information is really being gathered on us.
Yeah.
But at times, it can also pay off to protect us in certain situations. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
True.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
there's AI too, but in these cases, well, some of these cases it's there, but yeah, AI is a whole other conversation, and that's
Yeah.
even scary, which
Yeah.
goes into a whole other thing, and I won't stay on this as well. Now you got these estates of these four of these rap artists, deceased rap artists,
Mhm.
who are actually filing lawsuits against people who are featuring these artists on the records, like say for example a Nate Dogg or Tupac or something,
Right.
and
Mhm.
it's like I'm featuring Elvis Presley, man, on my new record, like what the
Yeah.
heck, like
Dang.
and it sounds like them, maybe it's a little bit different, but I mean it's that,
Yeah.
yeah, these estates are really filing lawsuits on these people
Oh, I
because
believe it.
it's like using an image of somebody,
Yeah.
to sell,
Yeah. And that's what those people, I'm telling you, like the administrators of estates, that's what they get paid for, is to find these loopholes. I'm talking about the ones of big time, famous
Yeah.
people that are
Yeah.
already deceased. get paid to find loopholes, to find ways to make money for the estate. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
just
yeah.
to one thing to
So,
keep in mind, even for like us regular people, if you do want to make sure the people you love and you know love you and the correct people receive whatever you want them to receive, God forbid if something were to happen to any of us, you know what I mean? We don't know what tomorrow holds.
Right.
uh, and we just claim it holds a nice long life for all of us, but you would want the right person to get what you want them to have.
Right.
yeah. No,
a
yeah, definitely.
handwritten will a handwritten will in California is as good as, I mean,
Well,
it's better than nothing. So you have to at least put something in handwriting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say for any of us, make sure you have something
Yeah.
and clarify
Yeah.
who and what you want them to have and who you want to be in charge of your
Yeah.
estate.
Yeah.
And
No,
the
yeah.
living trust is better than a will. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
because it's something I
Living
learned.
trust.
Living trust,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's stamped, sealed, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like they can't fight it. They
Right.
can't fight living trust like they can.
Yeah, I'm talking about like last
Like-
minute. If all you have, if write a note, but the
A
way
note.
to go, if you have time and money to hire an attorney, yes, a living
Yeah.
trust,
Yeah.
and it will
Oh,
save
yeah,
your
it's
loved
very
ones a lot of
costly.
money down the line. Yeah.
You know the thing about it too, though, guys. When you talk about living trust and wills and stuff like that,
Mhm.
if there's an elderly, say a parent or whatever it is, right, that says, thank you, Sir Jace. If they they say something like, I want to leave you my car or my home or whatever situation it is, and they're really serious and set on it, and they want to do that,
Mhm.
always do it before there's any unfortunate Alzheimer's or anything that's going to
Right.
come up later on in life, because then at that point you can't do it anymore.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
you
and
cannot
of
do
course,
it.
if there's an illness that happens to affect their memory or fortunately I've had the experience where a family had did their will before they had any treatment or medications added to their life that would have been said, oh, that maybe that altered their memory, or you know what I mean. So I think
Yes.
that's kind of what you're going with, right?
Yeah.
Make sure
Yeah.
it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure they're in the five senses of everything.
Leaving all your
I'm
looters.
so glad I didn't when my grandma passed away, guys, I didn't say I didn't say nothing. I was like I was just happy when my grandma was alive and in her right mind. Like I got her china that I would see
Wow.
in the cupboard when I was a little girl. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I
Yeah.
I didn't say give me a ring. I want her jewelry. Like, nah,
Mhm.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm so good.
That's right.
That's how it goes, man. But that's good though. That's good. It just shows that you're not trying to be,
Right.
it's whatever. It's more sentimental value than it is the amount of money. But
I
I was
get it.
gonna mention, excuse me, go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
I said I get it. Like with my grandma, my maternal grandmother, when she passed, they were like, "What do you want?" I'm like, honestly, I just want her pillow. I want the pillow she slept with, so I could have it right there. And I sleep with that pillow every night.
No.
Nice. You know what I was gonna mention? Movie trivia, right?
Okay.
Looters.
Cholo said he's gonna give it out to looters, right?
Yeah.
So,
Give me the
I believe it's
address.
90
Cholo.
Yeah, right. I believe it's 91, 92, I believe. I forget what year. There's a movie Trespass with Ice Cube and Ice T. One of the first movies that they did, where they have this gold from a church, and these two Caucasian guys go, and then they go to this abandoned warehouse or whatever it was, and they're all fighting for this gold. At the end, they figured it out. Like, hey, wait a minute, there's gold in there. Let me back up. Ice T and them come with the whole gang,
Mhm.
and the two Caucasian guys witness an unaliving. So now that starts a big old frenzy because now they want to get the two Caucasian guys. It's just a big old mess, right?
Mhm.
Anyways, it's called Trespass, right?
Trespass.
The
Okay.
original title of that movie was titled Looters.
Oh
but
shit.
they changed it due to the riots in LA
Oh
at
what?
that time. Yes,
Oh,
so they changed the trespass. But the original title to that film was Looters.
Looters. What a
Yeah,
trip.
Looters. Yeah,
That's a good story right there because
Yeah.
that makes sense.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna do
Interesting.
Cholo's house, but I'll leave his Dodger hats there. I don't want them.
Right.
I'll take everything else.
You know what? Yeah, no, for real, nobody did.
You guys ready for baseball season?
Yeah.
Go
I mean,
Dodgers.
you gotta have something, right?
I
Go
am.
Dodgers. Man.
Yeah.
We need
We won the
Yeah.
Dodgers last
somebody.
night.
Okay, that's a good question. What if somebody leaves you something that you really don't want and it takes up a lot of space? I mean,
What?
Sell it. Sell it. No, sell it.
if you're really in that situation and it's
Like
something of
what? Like a
value, you're
dresser?
not,
Like an old
or what if it's a car and you don't really care about the car? You have a nicer car or you're not into cars. I guess you
Sell
could
it.
sell it, right? Like once it
Yeah.
becomes yours, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they have restoration furniture. You can turn it into a beautiful piece,
Be
man.
like,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
San Francisco,
hey,
John.
you know what they gave me? You know what they gave me? $500. Oh, that's
Right.
good. Auction prizes. In art
Yeah.
lesson, see, they gave me a drafting table. No, not for real. That's from La Bamba, guys, just so you know. Hey, shout out to Melvin. Shout out to Melvin because he probably gave it. See, they gave me a drafting
Yeah.
table. What am I going to do with the drafting table? You know, but anyway, I'm sorry. I drifted off there.
Fred.
It's all good stuff. That's all good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always find
I
good
mean,
humor and stuff, guys. Always
right.
find sense of humor and stuff. And always, always think that no matter who it is, even if they're celebrities or whatnot, they're regular human beings just like us.
Right.
They have
Yep.
civil rivalries, they have grudges, and they are
Sure.
regular human beings and probably say, hey, you know what? Whatever with you, I'm done.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
I'm gone, that's it. I'm leaving nothing. I'll donate it to charity or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't
That's it.
imagine. Yeah. I mean, thank God I'm not in that position where
Yeah.
I would feel that way. Like I would definitely want my children to split
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
I had coming
Yeah.
my way. But there's people who their own blood, their own children
Yeah.
have had nothing to do with them and have made their lives miserable and put false narratives on them and made them feel terrible and never even given them peace on their dying bed. So why should you bless someone that
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That makes that it goes back, and not to plug myself. It's the one that I one of the podcasts I did on my channel where I talk about if you pass alone. That's what I'm talking about. Really, at the end of the day, I'd rather pass alone if that was the thing. I mean, why have like yeah. Anyways, I don't want to get into all that, but yeah, no, you're right, Jen. That you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they feel a certain way. They have their reasons.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Unless you're Joan Crawford, that was just no. I'm just saying because of the movie Mommy Dearest. I'm like, wow,
That movie.
that's a whole different story.
That movie is my grandma. 1000%. You guys. My mom was like, "That's your grandma." I didn't experience that with my grandma. I was her favorite, but
Oh, okay.
my mom, man. But they still got along. My mom still loved my grandma, and my grandma loved all her 8 kids. But man,
Yeah,
stories.
Yeah.
My grandma used to dress like my mom. Like she would
Really?
dress the way my mom dressed. Like twins.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She would dress. My grandma would dress like my mom. Back in the 70s, 70s to like
Yeah.
70s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie was something else, man. I was like, wow, but
I
yeah,
have pictures. I have pictures of that. So I'm just like, what?
Aw.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't have pictures of it. But
We
yeah.
all have different family, memories, and we're all made up of a whole lot of different stuff with family. So cherish the family that cherishes you back while you have them. That's important.
oh yeah,
For sure. For sure.
I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. And I'm telling you, it's hard. It's really hard to keep that relationship, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
loving, because it's just so much these days. It's like there's just a lot. It's just a lot. So, but I still love my brothers and sisters no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, they
That's
can come over, they
unconditional
could
love.
eat, they could kick back, but you know what? You gotta go home.
At the
Yeah.
end of the day, right?
That's unconditional.
Yeah,
That's unconditional love. At the end of the day, they can do everything they want, but you're still gonna love them. That's unconditional.
yeah, yeah.
The unfortunate is, again, the solution in the rivalry. At the end of it all, but
Yeah.
hopefully,
I'll tell you what, my mom used to do. She used to make us, when we fight, whatever, she used to like sit us on the couch, on the little, two-seater couch,
uh,
and we'd have to hug each other
oh wow,
until,
Ultimate torture, right? Hug it out.
yeah, no, she like, nope, you're sitting right there and you're hugging each other. And that was our thing. That was her thing, the way that she handled us, right?
Yeah.
And we would like end up poking each other and
Yeah.
just like,
Yes.
and that's when she knew, okay, you guys can go
Yeah.
play.
That's crazy.
You know?
Junior,
Yeah.
that's wild. Junior says, my wife's grandfather is going to be 104
Wow.
in Madera, California.
Nice.
Nice.
To him. That's
That's
amazing.
right.
What a
Yes.
life.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's something in that water or their mud
Yeah.
or something out there that's what I say with my neighbors, because they're that old. They're that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day. I forgot the guy's name. He's a guy on YouTube, and he was in the store. I forgot his name.
Hmm.
Anyhow, he gives people money and he buys their stuff or whatever.
Oh, I
Tall
see.
black gentleman with a beard and big old hair and
I
stuff.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've been seeing his shorts pop up
Yeah.
on my feed a lot.
Yeah,
Too.
Yeah, I know
super
who you're
cool
talking
guy.
Yeah.
But he was in the store and he was talking to some lady and she's all, "Oh, I'm 95 years old or something like that," and he was like, "What?" And she was walking around. She was 95, and then he ran into, I think, or 92 or something. I think she was 92. And then went down, and then he saw a man, and then he says, "Well, I'm 91 years old," and he was like, "What the heck?"
Oh.
Oh,
And when it comes to that kind of stuff, man, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could. But I will say this: only if I'm still able to move around. You know what I mean? If I'm still able
Yeah.
to get up and walk, if it's really like a thing where I can't, yeah, no, I don't want to be here. But
That's what Melvin says. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, but yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Exactly
But
what Melvin says.
yeah, I don't want to be here no more. Like after that, like
Yeah. That is crazy. It is.
If I can't use the restroom by myself, I'm done. I don't want to be here.
yeah, no, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Right. For
that's
sure.
it.
Well, we're about to wrap it up, guys. What do you have going on this week, Fred? Anything interesting?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I have an appointment tomorrow. My typical day.
Yeah.
I have a meeting to go to on Thursday.
Okay.
Over some other great stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, and
Right.
and yeah, I'm just looking forward to spending some time on the weekend and just kind of decompressing everything and just getting, you know what, just roll with whatever punches comes.
Yeah.
With whatever it is, just roll with it, man. Be happy to be alive. That's it.
There you
Be
go.
happy to be alive, because you know what, we may not be here.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow's never promised. So
Right.
enjoy what we can. I mean, at the end of the day, things are excuse me, things are what they are, and that's it. And I was gonna say right now, just because that happened, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm not coughing as much.
I did notice that.
Yeah,
What did you
yeah, I'm
do?
not
What's
coughing.
going on?
Took some meds to take
Okay.
some meds and see if it
Okay.
seems to be working. So I'm not
Well,
coughing as much.
Yeah.
It does seem
Yeah.
to be working. I'm happy to hear that for you because
Yeah.
you sound great.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what? And when you're on the phone, like you don't cough as much as you do when you're on here. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no, it's because
Today was good. It's good thing.
No, yeah. I've been having some good days. I've been having some good days. I noticed. Here we go,
Anything?
right? The
Right?
popcorn. Oh,
McDonald's?
no. It's been good. It's been good. Yeah. Hey, you
Right?
know what, man?
I knew
I have a yeah.
That
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I take a shot every now and then of some good old JD.
Nice.
You got to every now and then, But of course, I don't go out and drive. But yeah, man, I have a bottle. I have a bottle in my refrigerator. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Nice.
every now and then it's not a bad thing, Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes a shot, sometimes two shots, sometimes you just keep going. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
but
Right.
yeah. Well, it's not a daily thing, but yeah, every now
Yeah.
and then it's not a bad thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What
That's
about
cool.
you, sis? What do you have going on this week?
Oh my God. So last night
Thank you.
it was like around 10:30, 11. I was watching George Perez, right? His live. And so I'm watching his live and stuff. And he's like, whoever calls in, blah, 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 win some tickets to this April Fool's thing on Tuesday in Hollywood. And I'm like, I'll call in. So I call in and I freaking won some tickets. He's
Wow.
like, hey, yeah, he goes, so where do you live? Blah, blah, blah. I said in Orange. He's from Orange, right?
Okay.
Uh,
From the east side. He's from the east side
Yeah.
of Orange. And I said, yeah, right here from Modena and, the city, the little barrio that I live in, Almadena. And he goes, oh, my kid's mom is from there. He goes, you know what? You just won some more tickets. I'll give you 2 more tickets and VIP. And you know what? I'm going to throw on a shirt. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. I was like, kind of shocked, So if I'm not here on Tuesday, you guys know where I went. But
Nice.
I'll figure all that out. But
Okay.
my
That's
husband
cool.
works. We'll see if he gets it off.
Congratulations, Denise.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. No, yeah.
I'm gonna meet
exciting.
George Perez.
George
I don't know
Perez.
if you guys know who G Money is.
I don't even know. I
Yeah.
mean, who is
On the
fill
show.
me in on who is George Perez? First of all, because
He's a comedian.
oh,
He's
okay.
a Chicano. He's a Chicano comedian.
Yeah. Actually,
And,
go ahead.
and he does a podcast with this guy named Tommy.
Okay.
And Tommy's a trip. They're just funny. Funny. He's-
Tommy
he's-
6 plates, is it? Or 2 plates
Yeah,
or 3 plates, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's a trip. He has a voice, you guys. Like he could sing.
Yeah.
Not only that, he reminds me of you, Fred. He'll quote like movies and he does it on point. Like he does that guy from American Me, the Chon guy.
Oh, yeah.
He'll
Yeah,
do a line like straight up his line. He'll say and stuff, and he sounds just like him. The way his voice is.
Yeah.
And, so I get to meet him. It's exciting. I hope we can go. Like I said, I don't know if my husband's gonna be able to get that day off, but yeah, George was like, hey, he's like, I know, my ex is, from that neighborhood, and I said, really, who is it? He goes, I can't tell you on the air, but we talk on Instagram.
Okay.
And
So
it
go
was
ahead.
just a trip.
No, yeah, I know his family members out here. I know a couple of them. I think I mentioned it on here before. And I know some of his family members from out here. They live out here.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know that he was, that they were related to him. And one time he did show me out in one of his lives and stuff.
Nice.
And his aunt, his tia, and my mom were real close. They worked together for years and stuff. So yeah. No, it's a very small world. It's a
it is, man. Yeah. To know that he's from the city right here in Orange County. I'm just like, dude, really? But he's from Orange County, Orange. Orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
when I mentioned this city that I live in, he was like, oh man, he goes, my baby mama from there. And I was like, who? And he goes, I'll tell you after. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Right.
So he goes, hey, since you're coming from all that way, I know, it's far from Hollywood. I'm gonna throw in 2 tickets, a shirt, VIP. I'm like, what?
Nice.
So yeah, I'm on his live. If you see his live from last night, I'm on the end part of it when I call in.
So, okay. Is it on YouTube that you watch his stuff?
Yeah. YouTube.
He usually comes out late night.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he does like improv. He does Laugh Factory, like He's
He's come out to San Jose and stuff too. He's done shows out here and well, close to here.
oh
And
my.
you know what? I ran into one of his relatives one day. I don't know if I told you guys this.
Hmm.
At the store, at the
Mhm.
grocery store,
Yeah,
and he was all like, "Oh, this and that," and I told her I didn't know you were related to George Perez, and my son and nephew were with me, right, and they were like, "Oh, and they were really like, I introduced them and stuff, and she was like, "Oh man, your son's big, this and that, whatever, whatever," and I'm like, "Yeah, and then she says, yeah, she goes, hey, she calls me Freddie. She goes, hey, Freddie, you should, and she goes, I'll keep you posted next time he comes by or something, or that we pick him up at the airport or something like that, right? She goes, the last time he came down, I think he came up here with, I want to say Felipe Esparza and
Hmm.
Concrete. And she said that she had to pick him up, right? But she didn't know. And he showed up with Felipe Esparza, Concrete, and Fluffy.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
okay.
So with
Okay.
my kids, when we got home, they were like, "Oh, I go, I go, do you guys know what she was talking about?" They're like,
Yeah.
"No, we heard Fluffy, but we didn't." I go, "She was
Mhm.
talking, she was talking about the actual, Gabriel Iglesias." They go like, "What?" Like for real?
But
I said, "Guys, you guys gotta be, they're like 20 years old,
Yeah.
they're paying
yeah,
attention,
yeah.
I said, yeah, guys, that's what she was talking about. Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, shout out to George Perez, man. My
Yeah,
love and respect to him.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
He,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
forward
exciting,
looking forward to getting an update and see if you
Yeah.
get to
yes,
go.
Awesome.
definitely.
Let
Yeah.
us, let
I'll
us
let you
Yeah.
know. I'll let you know if I go, But
yeah, take some
it's on
pictures.
April Fool's. That's Tuesday.
Oh,
Okay.
that's even better.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, well, check it out, you guys. Next week, same time, same place. We'll see who's here. If Denise isn't here, she might be having some fun over there. We'll get filled in on it, though, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
thank you to everyone that tapped in. Thank you,
Yes.
Strange Days, for the super chat love, and everyone for
Mhm.
showing up and interacting with us in the chat. Thank you to my co-hosts, and just wishing you all a blessed evening. And
Yes.
looking forward to seeing you next week. Okay, guys. Good night. Buenas
Good night,
noches.
guys.
Until next time.
Bless you,
Mhm.
Cholo.
That's right.
Right.